Good morning, my dear students of Prakash Vidyalaya. Welcome, where students love to learn. Welcome to your history class today, and I am Ramanus Bera. And today we are going to do chapter 3 of civics, how the government works. It's really a curious question. How does the government work? How does it make it possible? We hardly understand, or hardly we do care or try to understand all the things that you require. Let it be your color pencil, your geometry box, your notebooks, your stationery for your school, or the food that you eat at home. Do you know that the government is worried that you get everything in your local town? Do you know that the government tries that every facility is there, that you get these things in your hometown? The latest fashionable dresses that you want to wear is available in your hometown. It's all because the government sees that there is proper communication, trade centers, and trade and communication is well established, so that you get all these things easily in your place where you stay. This is the major work that the government does. Now, before going to the chapter, we'll discuss who is an MLA. How does the state work? We know that in a democratic country we have elected and chosen our own government through a representative, through our own representative. That's the people's representative, and he is known as the member of Legislative Assembly, MLA. We choose him, we elect him, and the person whom we elect, if he or she wins, becomes the MLA of a place. The government works at least in 3 levels. The government works in 3 levels. That's the local government in the village area, the panchayat area, then the state government at the state level, and then the national level, or the center, at the center from Delhi. The members of the Legislative Assembly are elected by the people through the Universal Adult Franchisee, that is UAF. Universal Adult Franchisee, I think we have already discussed this. Universal Adult Franchisee is a means by which any student, any person of India, any citizen of India who has attained 18 years of age is liable to participate in the elections of the country, is liable to vote. We go to give votes. I hope you must have seen your parents going to give votes. And once a person has attained 18 years of age, he or she, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, everyone has the right to vote. Every state in India has a legislative assembly. Each state is divided into different areas or constituencies from where people elect one representative each, who then becomes a MLA or member of legislative assembly. Every constituency gets an MLA, is elected an MLA. A political party whose MLAs have won more than half the number of the constituencies in the state are called the majority. And if a party, if say 15 MLAs out of 20 belong to the BJP, then BJP has majority, and that is going to be the ruling party. And all members of other political parties who do not belong to the ruling party are called the opposition, and others who do not win, and they are known as the opposition party. These MLAs are together responsible for the working of the government. The party with majority of seats in an assembly elects its leader, who becomes the chief minister. And among all the winners, the person whom these MLAs elect, that person becomes the chief minister. The chief minister of a state. The chief minister then selects other ministers to run the government in his state. And the chief minister has a team of helping ministers who assist him in different spheres, like we have the education minister, the oil and power minister, the minister of food and supplies. So there are different ministers responsible for different works. Each state has a governor who appoints the chief minister, and there is a governor in each state who appoints the chief minister and other ministers. Some MLAs have dual responsibility, as one MLA and the other as a minister. Sometimes they have two responsibility. One is as an MLA or the member of Legislative Assembly, and other as a minister for some or the other work. A debate in the Legislative Assembly, as you can see in the book, there are different MLAs who are discussing different topics and they are fighting for a cause. Each one tries to give a justifying opinion about their area and what they want to be done by the government. You will see a debate in the Legislative Assembly takes place when different MLAs start demanding from the government. The Legislative Assembly is the house of elected representatives where they discuss, question and suggest how the government should function. Now you must be wondering, what is a Legislative Assembly? You must have seen in the TV sometimes the ministers are sitting and the speaker or the chief speaker is sitting at the center, and there are different MLAs who are debating, who are shouting, who are demanding, arguing, a lot of things going on. The minister of a concerned department has answered to the question raised by other members. Suppose one MLA demands that the sanitation problem is too much in the area. So the other minister who is in responsibility of the development and welfare of cities and towns, he then gives his answer or opinion what has been done and how people did not act or do when he had helped. So these sort of things go on. They are the executive part of the government, and these MLAs are the executive and important part of the government. All MLAs assembled together in the assembly is called a legislature. And what is the legislature? When all MLAs together join in a assembly, it is known as legislature. Apart from the legislative assembly, newspapers, TV channels and others talk about government and its functioning. A lot of things are brought to us, how the government is functioning, what the government is lacking, what the government is not doing, where the government has overlooked certain things, is always brought to us by the media, by newspapers and TV. After the discussion in the assembly, the minister may organize a press conference to inform government's stand on any particular issue. The ministers may often organize visits to the areas to look into the issues and take steps. Rarely happens, but sometimes the ministers do visit some areas where there is some conflict or some problems, and they try to solve it there. Various departments work for the betterment of the people in Public Works Department, Agriculture Department, Health Department, Education Department and so on. There are various departments, there are divisions in the state which look after each particular section of the development of the state. PWD looks after the Public Works Department, like the roads, lightening of the streets and towns, and then the PHD that sees that there is a proper supply of water and everywhere. Then the electric department sees that there is proper supply of electricity to all the houses and there is no power cut during the time of emergencies. New laws are made by the government. The work done by various departments has to be approved by the members of Legislative Assembly, and all the members of Legislative Assembly, they try to support if any improvement or developmental work has to be done in the state or in any particular area of the state. They see that there is welfare and development throughout the state. This is the work of the government. They should see that the schools are running well, they should see that the hospitals are well maintained, there are doctors appointed, there are teachers appointed to educate the children, the schools are running well, there are proper buildings, proper sanitations, proper roads to connect for people to travel and communicate. All these are the responsibility of the government. I hope now you understood what responsibility the government takes for our development and our betterment. Thank you children. This much for this in this chapter.